How do you know if Amazon shares the buy box when they're selling an item? Today we're going to continue with our Keep a series to answer that question. There's a little tiny section with a tab that says buy box statistic, and in there it shows every seller and the percentage of how many times they win the buy box. And I'm going to show you how to access it, when I use it, and take you to my computer for some real life examples. Before we dive into the buy box statistic tab to see how frequently, if at all, Amazon shares the buy box, naturally I think it's important to start with understanding how you can determine before even looking at that if Amazon is in fact selling something and if they are currently winning the buy box and some other context clues. So in front of me I have this example, the Starbucks example, and if you follow my cursor, the FBA tab over here in green lists out every seller that's an FBA seller. This peach one is every seller that's an FBM seller. So there's only currently one FBA seller. Wherever this box is next to is the indicator that that's the current buy box winner at this time, okay? And coincidentally, this one has, or maybe not coincidentally because I handpicked this, this has the Amazon A next to it. So this tells me this seller is the one that is winning the buy box and it's Amazon that's the seller, okay? Now, let's just hypothetically say one of these sellers on the FBM column had the buy box indicator next to them and Amazon was still an FBA seller. So Amazon's selling the product, but somebody else currently has the buy box. That would be a clear-cut indicator that Amazon shares the buy box for obvious reasons, okay? So it doesn't tell you how frequently, but that's a good context clue to let you know that they do in fact share it, okay? So what we're gonna do now is go into Keepa and look at this product. And on the very far right-hand side, you're gonna see there's a tab that you can click on, a filter, that says Amazon. So if I unclick it, you see how it's a white background, and if I click it, it's a peach background. That lets me know when the background is peach, that Amazon is selling that product. And so this is a 3-month snapshot. All the way to the far right is today, all the way to the far left is 3 months ago. And you'll see it's a completely peach background, meaning that Amazon has been selling this product and has it in stock for the last 3 months straight, okay? Now, that doesn't tell me how frequently they win the buy box or if they share it or not, but another strong context clue to understand how frequently and how often they have it in stock and if they're selling it. Now, let me give you a comparison real quick, just in case you're not familiar. See this chart with the slivers of peach? That means Amazon is selling something in and out, okay? So sometimes they have it in stock and selling it, sometimes not. So this example, they always have been selling it for the last 3 months. So now we're gonna go to the buy box statistics chart, okay? So if you look at my cursor, you're gonna click data, and then here's product details, offers, which is what we did a video on recently, and buy box statistics, which was already open. So here you're gonna see a list of every single seller who has won the buy box in whatever date range you filter. So we have it at 90 days, you can do 30, if you see where my cursor is, 180, 365. Here the seller is Amazon, as we suspected, and here the percentage on the very far left is 100%. That means over the course of the last 90 days, Amazon has 100% won the buy box. So they are not sharing the buy box. So if I came across this product, it's very likely that Amazon wouldn't be sharing the buy box, so I probably wouldn't want to get on there. Unless, there's always exceptions to the rule, if I'm comfortable selling it at a price that's below theirs, or you might want to take a chance and say, hey, there's no other FBA sellers. Amazon might be willing to share it with me. That's not a game that I like to play, but just know it's a possibility. It could be that they've won 100% because nobody is close price to them, and there's no competition that's FBA close price to them. Now let's just say in this chart, there is Amazon 25%, Jonathan 25%, Jacob 25%, Maria 25%. That would let me know that Amazon shares the buy box, okay? Because other people have won the buy box despite the fact that Amazon always has it in stock, as we looked at for the last 3 months. So now we're gonna go back to this other example here. This is a different product. And so here's the Keepa chart. As I mentioned, Amazon is in and out of stock of this product, okay? So let's go to data and let's go to buy box statistics. Now, you're gonna see here that Amazon has the buy box 54% of the time, Whole Foods Market 41%, and then these two other sellers 3% and 3%. So technically you could say, yeah, Amazon shares the buy box a little bit. Or you could say, Amazon doesn't share the buy box. These other sellers are only winning the buy box because Amazon runs out of stock. There's no crystal clear way of knowing exactly that because Amazon is constantly in and out, so you can't get a time frame that filters it perfectly. So as you can see, this helps take the guesswork out of should I sell something that Amazon is selling. If Amazon is constantly selling a product and you go to the buy box statistics tab and you see that they have other sellers who have also won the buy box, well, that lets you know that you have a chance of also winning the buy box. If Amazon wins the buy box 100% of the time, it doesn't mean you can't if you price it a certain way, but it's also a good indicator that it's not a great context clue is the best way I can put it. It would be an exception to the rule or kind of getting lucky because there's no hard evidence to suggest they will share it. And then another thing lastly is that if Amazon is in and out of stock of something, then you're not really as concerned about do they share the buy box or not. You're just looking to get in when they're out of stock, whether they share the buy box or not, like that second example, right? You're not as concerned about the sharing of the buy box. As long as you know they don't always have it in stock like the first example, well then there's gonna be opportunities for you to get in and out when they don't have stock. The reason I'm continuing on with the Keepa series, in case you're not familiar, it is literally the most important tool that you need to run your Amazon FBA business, taking all the guesswork out of the purchasing decisions. It helps answer the question if something is selling, how frequently, and for what price, along with many, many other things, taking out the guesswork. I'm Jonathan, this is Duke Does Amazon. Thank you for being here. Questions, comments, topics, put them below. We're on Instagram as well at Duke Does Amazon. I will see you guys soon.